Hi guys, welcome to another mukbang. Another takeout, spicy takeout mukbang. Today is the 11th of July. So I'm doing this mukbang on the 11th of July, but I don't know when I'm going to upload this video. So guys, these days I'm used to making filming my takeouts, Chinese takeouts. So this is the latest Chinese takeout. So I don't know, I don't have any story in hand. Oh my goodness. And that's the curry sauce. Normally I tell a story whenever I'm doing a mukbang. But if I remember one, I'll tell. I don't know if this one is going to be asthma. Silent mukbang. Oh my goodness. The chicken wings here are freshly baked. Also juicy. Just how this one was extra free. When you buy 2 of these, you get chicken wings in a stir fry. So my sister was craving for Chinese takeout. And then she decided to buy me a box, a spicy bag, 2 spicy bags, and they all came with a free side chicken wings. Chicken wings. What is it called? Chicken wings all wrapped in a stir fry, Chinese stir fry. Oh my goodness, so yum. I'm talking about the up down. The chips are to die for. They're very soft. I love it. And we have this chicken puff puff. Do I have a story to tell? This, no, I don't really have a story to tell. Yeah, I just want to enjoy eating this wifey minutes. This is what they call the full house snack bag. You see, my brother was the one that introduced this snack bag to me. You see, when you eat it at home, it feels like, because it's so much, it just feels like as if you are having a buffet, or you can eat buffet. Because the meal is endless. You can eat and eat and eat. This is me, more like me, having a buffet, a Chinese buffet at home. The spice bag makes the spice bag does it for me. I need to put this here. I need to make a space for my curry sauce. What I like about today's meal is that the chicken is freshly fried, you know. They just came out of the hot oil. So they are packed they are packed with freshness and sweetness. Oh my goodness. I don't have any story to. I don't have any story to share, but I have this an ancient folklore story. So why eating? Let me share this folklore story. This story was told to us by one of our maids when I was a very little child. So all these maids that used to come to stay with us, they are very rich in traditional folklores. So back then in Nigeria, whenever it's night time, during the time the moonlight comes out, we take our mat, especially when there is power outage. It was a kind of a common traditional thing those days. Every family has a huge mat, and that mat is for everybody to bring outside in front of the compound, in front of the yard, outside the house, but inside the compound, inside the yard, in front of the house, and you spray it outside under the moonlight. And then we carry a bed sheet and a pillow. You know, once we spread the mat on the floor, on the cemented floor, we cover it with a bed sheet and put a pillow, and then we are good to go. Because this was the best natural, breeze. The best way to enjoy a natural breeze. So under this type of situation, the best traditional folklore tales are being told. So today, I'm remembering one of them and I want to share it here. I remember one of our maids telling us this story. He said to us, one of those nights, moonlight, tales by moonlight, one of those tales by moonlight. So once upon a time, there were 4 brothers. Their parents had gone out to look for something to feed them. So they waited for their parents to come back. And they were very, very famished. So they decided to go out and go and look for something to eat. The eldest of them is known as the Ishuku. Ishuku means big head. Then the second child is known as Akaregerege. Akaregerege means wobbly hand. Then the third child is known as Afuku. Afuku means big tummy. And the last child is known as the Ukuregerege. Ukuregerege means wobbly leg. So these 4 siblings, they set out in search of food. After waiting for their parents to arrive with something for them to eat, they set out, and then they got to a particular place and they found a coconut tree. So when they found the coconut tree, the oldest of them, or who is the Ishiregerege, the wobbly head, he asked his sibling, who will be the one that will climb up and pluck down the coconut tree. He asked Akaregerege. Akaregerege is the wobbly hand. Akaregerege said, no, I cannot climb the coconut tree. That if I climb the coconut tree and this my wobbly hand fall off, how am I going to do? Then he asked the Afuku, which is the big tummy, to climb the coconut tree. The Afuku said, if I climb the coconut tree and my big tummy burst, how am I going to do? So he backed out. Then and I asked the last one, the Ukuregerege, the wobbly leg. He said, Ukuregerege, please try and get us something to eat. Climb the coconut tree. Ukuregerege said, supposing I climb this coconut tree and my wobbly leg pull out, how am I going to do? So he also backed out. So the oldest of them, who is the Ishuku, the big head, he saw that his siblings have all backed out. And he knew that if he does not do anything, there will be nothing for them to eat. So he decided to climb the coconut tree. And then when he climbed the coconut tree, he plucked out 7 coconuts, and they all fell down. So he climbed down. When he climbed down, he tried to bend his head to count the coconut tree. His big head fell off. So when his big head fell off, the Afoku, which is the other brother, who is the big tummy, that one busted into laugh. Ha 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 ha. As he was laughing, his stomach busted. Pow! Then the Akaregerege, the wobbly hand, the brother known as the wobbly hand, said, okay, he wanted to since the other 2 siblings have had an accident, he decided to use his hand to pack the coconut tree. Then his hand fell off. So when his hand fell off, the only one remaining was the one with the wobbly leg, the Ukuregerege. Ukuregerege said, oh, since my 3 brothers are stuck here, let me manage and go home and call the neighbors so that they can come and help us. As he was about to head home, his wobbly leg fell off. And these brothers got stuck they got stuck at that coconut tree. They got stuck at that coconut tree. I think their parents want them not to go out because their parents knows about their deficiency. And that was the end of it. And since they couldn't go home, they end up stranded at the coconut tree. It's Ifo Chapi. Wow. And that's the end of the fairy tales. These are one of those funny tales that was handed down to us by our maids. I still remember them. You know, those days when we were very young, they sound so interesting. But growing up, you when you listen to it, you laugh. What kind of fairy tales, folk tales is this? Ishuku, akarogorogo, okorogorogo, avuku. What kind of folk tales is this? But then these are the type of tales told by that was told by the word of mouth and passed down from generation to generation until those maids finally came to our house and passed it down to us. Then we used to enjoy it whenever we sit outside under the moonlight. Tales told under the moonlight were the best tales of our time those days, and we really enjoyed it. We really enjoyed it. There's another, the second tales. I'm going to tell this other folk tale maybe in my next spice bag mukbang. It's about this little brave boy. The boy that challenged the wizard. He challenged the wizard. So guys, for more folk tales, always tune in to my mukbang with a folklore story. So next time I'll be having a mukbang, I will tell you about that story, about the strong boy who defeated the wizard, the boy and the wizard, how he was able to, was it the wizard or the witch? Yes, how he was able to defeat the boy and the spirit, how he was able to defeat the spirit who challenged him, and he was very strong, and he challenged back. He said, "Tawati chotaragene, it zamereza, it chotaragene zamereza." The boy actually muchotaro tamez muchotara mpame zamereza mpame chotara maya zamereza mame chotara maya zamereza wem chotaro taya zamereza utaya taparuko sisi paron kuchaya afuro ya choya ahuro ya. So in order for my video not to be this long, so I'm going to stop my folk tales. I'm going to stop my folk tales. I'm looking at the timing. So I'm going to stop my folk tales. Okay, we still have enough time. So I'll quickly tell the second story. Second folk tales. This story is about a little boy who went to farm with his mother. He went to the farm. It was about a boy. It wasn't a little boy. He went to the farmland with his mother. So on the way, as On the way, he decided to take his the arrow and bow with him so that he could do some hunting as they are farming. So after they finished farming, the mother and the boy went home. Only that was when the boy realized that he forgot his arrow and bow. And he said, Mommy, Mother, I have forgotten my arrow and bow. I want to go back to the farmland to go and pick it up. The mother told him to wait till the next day, that by this time, because it was already night time, that this is the time the spirit beings come out to do their own farming. I told her the boy not to go. The boy said, no, Mother, I cannot do without my arrow and bow. I have to go to the farmland and go and pick it up. The mother wished him well. I said, my dear son, go. But come back in time. So the boy went. When the boy went, he met a spirit being doing a farming. But that was the time, because the human being has finished farming. And at the time, the spirit being will come out to do their own farming. And the spirit detected that the boy was not a spirit, but was a human. And he said to the boy, so it means, you boy, what are you looking for? What are you looking for here? And the boy replied, achọtara m ụtamo zamereza ụtamo taparu ka osisi kpọrọ nkụ. So the boy replied and said he came for his arrow and bow, and he left it by the wood, by the tree that is by the dead tree. So the moment he replied, the woman invoked a curse on him and said, Tawata, ikukuburugo zamereza, ikukuburugo zamereza, bujegu kosisi poronko, choya afuroya. So the woman caused a wild wind to come out and blow the boy and blew him into the dead wood, and the boy disappeared into the wood. So the mother waited for his son, and there was no answer. So she decided to go and fetch him. So when she got there, she knew part already that by this time is the time Umabara used to come and do their farming. No. So when she went there, she met this spirit woman farming. And the woman said, He said, it means, woman, what are you looking for? Zamereza, what are you looking for here? Zamereza. And the woman replied and said, achọtara m nwa m zamereza, nwa m chọtara ụtaya zamereza, ụtaya taparu ka osisi kpọrọ nkụ, chọọ ya afụrọ ya. So she replied that she came in search of her son, and she came to look for her son, who came to search for his arrow and bow, the arrow and bow that was sitting by the side of the dead wood. The spirit, knowing that by this time human beings are not supposed to come to the farmland, so he caused the woman. He caused a whirlwind. The whirlwind came out and blew the woman into the dead wood, the very same place where he kept her son. So the father came back. The husband of the woman came back. He searched for his wife and son and didn't see them. He asked the last boy, where is your mother and where is your brother? The little boy explained to his dad where the mom and the brother went. So the father went to the farmland in search of his wife and his son. On getting there, he met this spirit woman who said, Mr. Man, what are you looking for? Zamaneza, what are you looking for? Then the man said, achọtara m nwanyị m zamanaza, nwanyị m chọtara nwa m zamanaza, nwa m chọtara ụta m zamanaza, ụta m taparụ ka osisi kpọrọ nkụ, chọọ ya afụrọ ya, chọọ ya afụrọ ya. Which means he came in search of his wife, who came in search of their son, the son who came in search of his arrow. The arrow and bow that were stuck in the dead wood, that was kept beside the dead wood. So after saying that, the woman caused a whirlwind to come out and blow this man away. He said, "Ta nwoke, ikuku buru go zamineza, ikuku buru go zamineza, buje gị n'ukwu osisi kpọrọ nkụ, chọọ ya afụrọ ya." The whirlwind came out and blew this man away and blew him inside the dead wood. So the little boy, the last boy, waited for his parents and his brother. They didn't come, so he decided to go look for them in the farmland. So when he got there, he saw this spirit woman, and the spirit woman said to the little boy, chotara gini zamereza, chotara gini zamereza, which means, little boy, what are you looking for? And the little boy said, "Mu chotara mpamo zamereza, mpamo chotara mamo zamereza, mamo chotara mwanya zamereza, mwanya chotara utaya zamereza, utaya taparu ko sisi paronko choya afuro ya choya." Which means he came in search of his father, who came in search of the mother who came in search of the son, and the son who came in search of his arrow and bow. The arrow and bow that were kept under the dead wood. And the spirit woman said, "Ta wati ikukuburugo zamereza, ikukuburugo zamereza, bujegu sisi baronko," which means it was causing out the whirlwind to blow this boy and hit him and blow him into the dead wood. So when the old woman said, "Ta wati kukuburugo," the little boy said, repeated what the old spirit woman said. And he said, "Ta wani kukuburugo zamereza, ikukuburugo." And the woman was like, how dare you challenge me? She invoked her power again and said, "Ta wati kukuburugo zamereza, ikukuburugo zamereza, bujaguko sisi paronko." The little boy repeated what that old woman said. I said, "Ta wani kukuburugo." As they were doing power tussle, finally, because the boy was a human, he was able to defeat the spirit, and then the spirit, the same energy of that something, the spirit lady got stuck into the dead wood. As she got stuck into the wood opened. The family members came out, and that spirit woman got stuck there. And that was how the boy saved his family. And then they were very grateful. And then he went home with his family. And he became the hero of that day. He became the hero who rescued his siblings, his parents and sibling and brother, from the hand of the night spirit woman. This is one of the stories told to us by our maid. Under the moonlight, Tales by Moonlight. And those days it was very, very interesting. Word of mouth. Stories told by word of mouth. Very, very interesting those days. We enjoy listening to it. And from generation to generation, all these tales by moonlight were told by the word of mouth. So these are the two that I could still remember. But we had a lot. There were a lot of folk tales that was told to us by my parents, especially my father and those maids. Because those maids were very rich in folk tales. Because that is how they lived their life. They lived their life in the village, under the moonlight, sharing folk tale stories among themselves. So I'm very grateful to them that they were able to bring that rich folktale culture of theirs and brought it to the city where we live and was able to, tell this story to us. And so today, after so many years now, this me telling my own folktale story while having a Chinese mukbang. So guys, and this is it today. When I started this meal, I don't have anything to say. But you see, I know that my meal can never be perfect without a good storytelling. So I remember this folktale story and I decided to, dish it out here. So until next mukbang, stay tuned until next mukbang when we'll have another story to tell. Until then, I say goodbye.